everyone and welcome to Giant Fire Breathing Robots. My name is Craig Withers and today it's time for some more Hearthstone. What we have for you today is the first in a new series of videos. We are going to be uploading a video for each of the classes in game, and each of those videos will show you a basic starter deck for that class. These decks will be, shockingly enough, made up of only basic cards in the game. Now that's the cards which you will unlock normally as you level the character up from level 1 to level 10. By the time you reach level 10, you will have unlocked all of the basic cards for that character, and therefore will have all the cards needed or necessary to make these decks. Now these decks, they are not the best, they are not the strongest, they are not the most capable. What they are, however, is, as I say, basic decks. They will allow you to get out there and be competitive at the lower levels of the game. If you take them out into ranked play, you're probably not going to last very long. But that's not really the idea of these decks. The idea is to get you out there, get you playing, get you winning some games, so you can build up some experience on your characters, obviously, but more experience for yourself of the class, how the class handles and how the class plays. It will also allow you to build up a collection of some gold in game, just through normal wins and through completing daily quests. You can then use that gold to, if you wish, purchase cards in the in-game shop. My recommendation would always, however, be to use that gold to buy your way into the arena. That's going to cost you. It's only going to cost you another 50 gold. You're going to get a card, a pack of booster cards, regardless, and alongside any other bonuses that you manage to win along the way. But that's by the by. As I said, we're going to keep the focus just on the cards on the decks today. So we're going to start off with the warrior. So you go into your collection, and I've already made this up before for myself. I'm going to delete this out, and I'm going to start another one. Just rename this, see if I can get this right. There we go, that's a good sign. Okay, now as I said, these are purely basic cards. There's no expert cards in here, so there's no rares and no legendaries, there's no epics, nothing like that. So I'm going to rattle through these and we'll come back to... I'm not going to spend time going through every single card, so I'm going to pick out some of the big ones later on. To execute, so we've got Fiery War Axe, we've got 2 of every card in here, there's nothing fancy. We have how those like some minions, we have Swampoos, we have Blood Hunter, we have the Novice. Like here we have the Shield Block. We have Shattered Sun Clinic, we have Warsong Commander, we have Chillwind Yeti. If you've looked around to some of our other videos, you will notice an awful lot of these cards are showing up in an awful lot of the decks. That is because they are fantastic cards. I mean, not fantastic cards, but they're good cards, certainly this level. And they are good cards to have in almost any deck. You'll see them when you're playing, coming up against you time and time again. And last but not least, we have the Old Ogre. So there we go. So that's our 30 cards. And as I say, I'll go through and pick out some of them. You notice, basically, the basic tactics with the warrior. This actually isn't that apparent as you're leveling up, but with the warrior, you're always going to be playing quite aggressively with the warrior. You'll notice we have very little in high end here, nothing above a 6 mana creature, and that is because you're going to be playing very aggressively with the warrior. You always want to be attacking, almost from turn 1. Well, certainly from turn 2. We have in here, you see, we've got 2 Fiery War Axes and 2 Arcanite Reapers. Do not be afraid to use your warrior, to use your character itself to take out the enemy minions. And then use your minions to attack the enemy character. You have to remember that the warrior has an armor power where you can use that armor to mitigate some of the incoming damage from taking out the enemy minions. So don't be afraid to do that. Don't be afraid to take a bit of damage if it keeps the board clear and allows you to get your minions up in the opponent's face. Some of these cards synergize very well together. Cleave, for example, you can pair that up with Execute, and I can give you a nice, maybe not a complete board clear, but that can give you some breathing room. Swampoos, again, is fantastic against other warriors. It's also handy against paladins and rogues as well. It comes into its own really against warriors. They've got some of the worst slash best best weapons. If you see Arcanite Reaver coming out when you've got a Swampoos in your hand, I guarantee you will be happy. There's not an awful lot here that needs an awful lot of explanation. Shattered Sun Cleric, obviously that's fantastic. If you have to bring that out without other minions, don't be afraid to do so. But if you can, keep it until you've got at least one other minion on the board. Warsong Commander, it can be a tricky card to use. If you bring that out the turn that you've got it, the chances are you're not going to have anything else to bring out until the next turn. So survivability can be a problem for the Warsong Commander. That being said, she does have 3 health, which makes her a bit tougher than you might think. So yeah, maybe consider hanging on to her until turn, maybe turn 4 or something like that. If you've got the coin, then you might want to think, you can bring it out earlier, but it's up to you. But time will tell. The more you play with this deck, the more you use all of the decks that we're going through, the more you will become comfortable with them. You will notice there is no taunt in here. We've got no minions with taunt. You could, if you wish, you could drop in a couple of Shield Masters. I would argue against it, because realistically the only things you're going to want to drop out instead of that are the Chillwind Yetis, which I really would not recommend taking out, or the Notion Venter, and it's always quite handy to have some card draw in your deck. So that also being said, if you're having to drop down some Taunters to slow the pace of the game down, then you're probably not doing very well in the first place. The Warrior should always be, you should always be thinking about attacking, even if that means trading out some of your health or some of your minions. You could also, in theory, make the argument for leaving some minions on the board if it allows you to go straight to the enemy's face. But these are more advanced concepts I don't really want to get into. Regardless, as you can see, it's a nice basic starter warrior deck. You saw how quickly it took me to throw that together. Please, by all means, put this together if you're looking for a starter deck. Take it out into play, use it for a couple of days, see how you got on with it, which is the acid taste test and everything. I think you'll find the deck does work well. As I said before, it's not super competitive. If you take it into ranked mode, you're not going to get very far. You may get farther than you think. But yeah, take it out, use it, see how you got on. There are some cards that you could change in, there are some cards that you could change out. Experiment with it if you wish. By all means, come back and let us know how you got on. Leave us a comment down below. If you liked the video, give us a thumbs up. If you really liked the video, feel free to give us a subscribe. But yeah, let us know how you got on. And thank you very much for taking the time to watch the video. We shall see you next time.